Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to the next episode, episode 10, in fact, of Disciples Sacred Lands, where I found myself in a bit of a pickle last time. We have been doing really well, so it was a bit of a surprise when the Empire and the Mountain Clans pushed back in a big way that I just was not expecting. So, yeah, we ran the risk of actually losing Mr. Bloodborne here. Poor Arty. He was hard-pressed. We did lose Aurangzeb and our werewolf, and I wanted to try and make sure that that did not happen again. So I have loaded a save from like a few turns before all that happened, because things were not going well. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna back this up, which is why I did the safety save. So now we have a chance to set things right. And what happened was, we had to run Count Choco back over here in this area because we kept having some heroes come back down to this town, you know. But the problem became that he needed to be in this central area rather than over there, because over here's where the action was. You might remember, if you had watched some of the earlier streams, which are all on the part of the YouTube playlist, that this is where the action was back at the beginning. They sent quite a few trash heroes over here that helped Count Choco to level up several times, or his group to level up. And once we captured this central town here, Patiala, or Pashala, then they started coming from this direction. And they cast a lot of spells. They summoned a lot of Valkyries. They cast Vengeance of Ymir over and over again. And it put us in a rough spot because we had to tear through our money in order to keep everyone alive, to keep reviving dead units and so forth. So I think what we need to do is we're going to have to be a bit more aggressive about heading over into that central area. We have got to get over there, and we've got to really make a concentrated effort to steal some of their mana crystals. And for that, we're going to need a couple of things. One is we're going to need Count Choco in this area instead of up there, which means that what I'm going to try doing differently this time is I'm going to send Arty over here. He's going to hold this flank. That also works because then when things calm down, he is a flying unit, so he can go out this way. He can explore some of this fog of war that is lying over this ocean without a movement penalty. And that will be a little bit more efficient if things calm down here. If it turns out, like last time, that all of the big tussle is centralized in this middle part of the map, then Count Choco will be there, and we'll have everything that we need. The other thing is we're going to need a rod planter. Ooh, shoot, here we go. Right out the gate. I may already have to load the autosave just to prevent that from happening, because that's 100 water damage every time they do that. And they've been doing it a lot, is the problem, you see. Like a lot. And because it's 100 damage, what happens is, of course, Count Choco survives. Our Dark Lords survive because they have Water Ward, but our Spectres have only 90 hit points, our Wraith has 75. It takes all of them out in one shot, and there's not really anything we can do about it, except for this. I can, at great cost, place a shadow over Count Choco. But that uses 200 death mana every time. and that will prevent him from being directly targeted by something like Vengeance of Ymir until a party draws close enough to uncover that space again. So, like, that might save him once. The problem is, like, see, we're only making 125 every turn. So without some banked, without some saved up, we can't do that every single time. We just can't.
As you wish.
Okay, so Arty, we still need some upgrades here. His Warlock is quite a ways away from becoming a Wraith, and his Templar is quite a ways from becoming a Dark Lord, which is unfortunate to say the least. He does have this Sanguine Sword, which is great, but that doesn't help anybody else in the party. It only really helps him. So, what we're probably going to wind up doing, because we don't have enough life mana to just spam that Staff of Traveling right now, unfortunately, is we may have to sacrifice this town. We may have to let them take it. And then Arty can come over here, and as this party inevitably, well, probably steps out to do other stuff, he can gank them. And then they're only going to leave very basic units in this town, which, if it's like, say, 2 fighters, an acolyte, and an apprentice or something, that's not going to be much of a challenge. It's not going to be a big deal. See, in the last stream, I think I got a little greedy. Yeah, I'm just going to have to let them take that, because he can take it back, and that's okay. But what happened was, I was playing aggressively at the beginning of the stream, which I needed to do. You know, I wanted to move things forward for y'all so you had something interesting to watch. And then I left Count Choco over in this area and trusted Mr. Bloodborne to hold down this central fort. And it just really didn't work out the way that I was hoping. Very unfortunate. I'm just going to send him on over this way, I think, for now. So obviously we need Count Choco at the center. I had too much confidence in my other generals, is what it was. Okay, we've got 2 fellas coming down this way. I think that this one was a Proud Dwarf, which means we can run out here and get him before he grabs our rod, but also if he comes around this way, Arty can get him no problem. He's not a challenge. This one? Don't know. But one of the things that we do need to do is when they get a little bit closer, it's probably time to buy a thief and plant a spy in their army. I think we're going to have to do that. And, oh, silly me. No, I want to do that. I have been kind of putting that off, and in the last stream, last episode, we kind of ran out of money to do stuff like that, you know? I should have been doing it earlier, and I let it go. There we go, and part of it is just the deaths started to rack up. You know, I really had to spend a lot of money reviving these guys because, like, this Wraith, for example, takes 400 gold every time. Every time that they die, bringing them back. So expensive. So expensive. So when you let them die, it really runs you into the ground financially. Now, they tried this last time. They summoned a golem. And that's okay if they want to do that, because the golem is going to damage everybody, including our werewolves. But, as I pointed out when they tried it before, see, living armor is immune to mind. The golem is not. The golem is only immune to earth. So that means that the golem gets one shot, and then these two specters are just going to paralyze the crap out of him. He's out of the fight. So he might only be taking half damage from all sources. Bully for him. Nobody cares. See? So that's basically just 116 free experience points from his Dark Soul. Now, if they were to summon 2 in a row, we would be in trouble, because they are going to get one hit, since the golem does go on, like, initiative 70. That's nothing to sniff at, but... Okay, so far things look pretty similar, which means that if we change our strategy, knowing their strategy, we're probably going to be okay. Probably going to do a little bit better. Because these guys over here, they're nothing, really. And so if Arthas chews on them, all that's going to happen is he's going to level up.
Yes, master.
Let's go ahead. Let's get over here on land. And that may also present them with a false target, too. If they decide to waste a Vengeance of Ymir on the thief, that's okay, because I will gladly trade, as much as I need the gold, as much as I really want to have the gold, I will gladly trade 200 gold for the amount of mana that it costs them to cast Vengeance of Ymir. That is fine. Okay, he can get out there. Ugh. I'm gonna have to heal. I'm gonna heal the ones that won't cost a whole lot first. Then we'll heal this Spectre because it's going to take 142. We're making a decent amount of gold every turn, just when you have to spend it all the time, you know, it is what it is. Okay. These giants do present a problem, because where their attack source is Earth, they can hit our Wraith like that, see? And that's no good, because they get a turn before they get paralyzed. That 50 damage is nasty, because the downside of the Wraith is the same as the downside for the werewolves. Immunity to weapons doesn't mean immunity to anything else. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Well, not necessarily. I think it's just, weapon is just generic physical damage, because keep in mind that werewolves also have weapon damage. Like, their attack is a claw slash, but their source is weapon. The reason that the giants' attack source is earth, I guess, is because they are hitting you with a tree, and then when they upgrade, they are hitting you with a boulder, so... I mean, I'm prepared to accept that. I'm prepared to accept that. Who knows? Lol. You tried it. You tried it. They are very stabby boys. We'll make quick work of this angel, and then Ms. Darksoul will basically get free XP from this. If anyone will hit. Oh my goodness gracious. That's always the problem, isn't it? This is not going to be a lot of XP, but it only costs us movement points, so it's basically free. I don't know. I don't know. That's something that's always bugged me, is I feel like paralysis is already powerful because it costs you your turn, but I do not understand how you can miss someone who is paralyzed because of the nature of paralysis and what's intrinsic to that. So I always thought that that should be an automatic hit if you are paralyzed. But, I mean, what do I know?
My prince.
Okay. Man, I really hate to shadow, but I know if I don't, we're going to get a Vengeance of Emir. So, let's see what happens now. And what needs to happen strategically is that Count Choco needs to push westward as much as possible. Oh, uh-oh. That's not good. Because Disciples is such a battle of attrition... Ooh, that was close. That was close. That Warlock almost bit the dust in one shot. Oof. Okay, if the Spectre can lock it down, though, we'll be alright. He's only going to get one hit. The problem is it's a big hit. He deals 70 damage. Because Disciples is a game of attrition, especially in single player, there is a lot of, okay, let me load the autosave and just change one thing real quick before this whole turn plays out. Like in that case, if things had gone any further south than they did, I may have been tempted to... Let's go ahead and to load it and use the 200 life mana that we had to activate the Staff of Traveling, haste Arthas, and send him over here into this town so that he couldn't be targeted. Thankfully, things were alright. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and save this, because they're already turning out better than they did last time. This is why we keep 2 save files, kids. When things start to get rough... Okay, infiltrate spy. There we go. Now this is going to help a lot. Like I said, this is something I should have been doing, and we just needed our gold for other stuff, and I didn't buy a thief and keep one around consistently when we had the money. Okay, so now we can see this is just a proud dwarf and a nobody. We need to get over here and spy on the Empire as well, but that is going to have to... Well, no. You know what? We have the money. I'm going to do what I should be doing. I'm going to play right. I'm going to come over here. And let's spy on the Empire as well. There we go. See, now we can see... Okay, he's got nothing. He's got nothing. He's got 2 healers and a fighter. Templar's got full health. The problem with that setup is that if our Warlock doesn't go first, that Archmage will kill everybody because they have like 2 hit points. So this actually may be the point at which I use one of the thief abilities that I rarely do use because it's often useless. And that is right here. Duel the enemy leader. Ta-da! Slap them with your glove. The enemy leader has been provoked into a duel. When that happens, your thief takes on the enemy leader alone. They have no backup because, of course, they're a thief, but neither does the enemy champion. And you see here, since he's the dangerous one for the current setup that we have, I'm just going to go ahead and take him completely out. There we go. Now, here we go. We can pop in here. We can take this party out, no problem. We're going to get 1 hit from them. Fighter's going to hit our Dark Lord. And now these acolytes are all alone, and there's nothing that they can do. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, they're going to heal themselves. It's fine, it will do you no good. Ooh, how selfless. Look at... oh my god. If we keep missing like that, then... that would be ridiculous if we lost the fight because they kept healing themselves and all of our troops kept missing and we just timed out on the fight. That's ridiculous, but it has happened. There we go. That gets him back in town where he needs to be. They will heal a little bit. And then all that's happened so far is... see, last time I was desperately trying to keep that town in the center. And I spent too many resources on it and just was too scattered. This town, it doesn't mean anything. Like, it's a good staging area, but the biggest drawback of them possessing this town is simply that we lose the terrain around it, and then they can buy champions here. So, like, that's not great, but also it's not a huge deal. We can certainly overcome that. So what we need to do now... take this dude out. Since we are here anyway. There we go. Now we'll only take one hit. And then Count Choco has got to go over, and Aurangzeb has got to follow him into Mountain Clan's territory. We've got to start breaking some rods, planting some of our own, which will also cost us money. And we are going to have to do, like, an aggressive push into the snow over there and start stealing their resources. Man, he's got a ways to go to level 7. Whew-wee. I'm looking forward to that, though, because there is a higher level perk that I really want to take when we gain access to it that increases your damage. And it does stack with the liquid Uru metal potion that we already have. And it does stack with, like, banners and other bonuses that we've got. If he has any artifacts or whatever, all of that goes up. So... man, a couple more levels and he'll actually be dealing the same amount of damage that most other champions deal at first level. But that's okay. That's alright. We picked him for a reason. Okay, 2 mermen, a kraken, and a mermaid. That would definitely be some good XP. We could take them. If we hit them with spells and stuff first, especially. Might lose a Dark Lord. I'm gonna do this instead. Ooh, another hero. We have to shadow and don't really have much choice. I'm going to leave Aurangzeb until he has cleared out some more space. And if we can get over there and get that other death monocrystal, we will be making enough magic every turn that I think we may be able to go bold and we can start using some summons to help us scout. And that could be really helpful. Especially because if I only cast 1 per turn, see, my hope is that we'll turn a profit. Right now, we are earning 125 death mana every time, right? And that's good, but that means if we cast a spell that costs 100, we only made 25. So we're still in a net positive situation. But I would rather be making more because that makes it really hard to cast more than 1 spell, and as a mage lord we need to do that. It also makes it difficult to research new spells, and I really, really want to grab Nightfall. But see, like, for example, I can't do that this turn because I'm going to need to shadow again at the end of this turn, since this Yahoo, Conrad, came down through here and uncovered all of this territory. So once again, Count Choco is vulnerable to not Vengeance of Ymir, but to, like, Chain Lightning, and that sucks. Let's take him out. That'll do for the apprentice anyway. He goes right out of the gate. See, Count Choco's damage is getting up there. It's happening. He's grown into a hero that I'm very proud of. We'll pointlessly paralyze this fella because he can't really do much anyway, but... that's not bad. We only took one hit. It's not worth 17 XP at this point. But notice also how these enemy champions are becoming worth less and less.
My prince.
Not, like, really less and less. They're giving us the same amount of experience, but more, like... it's worth less of our time to invest in them because we need so much more to level up. Alright. I want to keep this thief around. She doesn't have anything to do right now, but I don't want her to trail off too far. I'm going to send her to the capital. That way she can heal at least. Okay, Aurangzeb and her werewolf buddy are ready to go. And I'm kind of hoping that we might find some, low-level parties that she can pick on, like some Proud Dwarves or an Archangel or something, because she is not too far away from level 3, and if that happens, we can do all kinds of stuff. We can give her a second werewolf, for example. We can put a warlock in her back row with her. I'm excited to see what we can do, what we can make happen. I want to move her, but I'm scared to because she'll go down in one hit, see, is the thing. She has 132 HP, which is not bad. That means she'll survive a Vengeance of Ymir, but of course the werewolf won't, because 100 damage is exactly how much health he's got. His Dark Soul's almost back at full as well. Okay, let's see what happens. I want to see them casting spells down here, Tempest and stuff like that, on other people. That's really what I'm looking for. I want to see them fighting with the neutral enemy parties out on the map. Because if they want to waste mana like that, then that is that much energy that they don't have to spend on us. Okay, I'm thinking... okay, I'm gonna move the Count first. Ooh. See, here's what we need to spend our money on. Oh my god. We need all of these. Okay, this is why this is the best type of shop in the game. Because this gives us access to all kinds of spells we otherwise could not get. We can't research them on our own, but also we have all 4 types of mana now, and we need things to spend it on, right? I mean, we need more of it. We still have our own spells to research, but still. The Holy Armor spell, plus 20 armor to the target party. Ignis Karn, 30 fire damage, which is great because we have more infernal mana than anything else. We've got 2 of those crystals. More importantly, healing. Plus 30 hit points for 200 runestone mana. We don't have a lot of runestone mana, but we're going to go and take some from them. And we don't have any healing spells. We need that. And then finally, Chant of Hasting. Chant of Hasting is the 3rd level upgrade of the haste spell. So the mountain clans have a better version of it. You've seen haste, it gives you back 50% of your movement points. Chant of Hasting gives you back all of them. And if we are a mage lord like this, yeah, it's the zoom spell, then like we can cast it twice per turn. And guess what? We can still use the staff twice per turn too. So if we have enough mana, by spending life mana and also runestone and death mana, Count Choco could potentially move 4 turns worth of movement total if need be. Yeah, that's the conferencing spell, right? Okay, I'm definitely going to go ahead and buy healing. Ironically, Ignis Karn is actually the least useful of these in its way, just because it's probably the one we're going to cast the least, but it's the one we have the most energy for. That might not be a bad idea to pick it up, because then we can use it to soften up parties so that they get fewer hits on us, we can take them out quicker. What we really need, I definitely want Holy Armor, even though we don't have a lot of life mana. I definitely want Chant of Hasting, because this one is actually going to be cheaper to cast than Haste. And I think I'm going to go ahead and buy it. It's expensive, but we need it. Holy Armor and Ignis Karn we will come back for. And that is important enough. I'm going to go ahead and save it. That's a victory. We finally made it over to this shop. Okay, now. We have a dude coming over there. I think Aurangzeb can take him out if she can get to him, because he is just a proud dwarf with a warrior. I'm going to send her this way. We're going to see what happens. We've got to keep her under shadow until he gets there, but then... oh, then. And I'm going to have this thief attempt to maybe steal those other spells so that we don't have to pay for them. Aurangzeb needs to come over here after this guy is taken out, because I see snow over here. I see snow. But I don't actually see a rod. I think that this snow was just put here at the beginning of the scenario so they would control this death mana crystal. But they didn't plant a rod. So that means that if we don't have to break their rod first before we can plant our own. And I like that. We can have her boogie over here too, actually. Maybe we should do that first. See, we can use our new Chant of Hasting spell, and we would still be making 50 death mana every time, which is not a bad profit, and just have her boogie across this water. Aurang's the boogie and up jump the boogie. Okay, an orc champion and 2 orcs. It's not too bad. None of them can hurt that wraith, but our dark lords will suffer. Troll Den. Let's see here. Yeah, it feels like it kind of goes against tradition, right? At the very least. I want what's in there. Troll Den's gonna be even worse than this. Orc Champions hit pretty hard.
The beast is growing inside me.
Yeah, you can see, right? Like there's an animation layer on there, but it's not really moving very much. It's static water. That's what it is. Okay, I'm just trying to keep abreast of the situation here. I want to hit those guys. I want to keep moving and keep him doing stuff. The healing spell is going to help, but right now we're only making 50 runestone mana per turn, so like we can cast it once, then it's going to be 2 more turns before we can use it again, and it's only going to heal 30 points anyway. Okay. I'm going to save scum here. And let's try out our new healing spell. I'm so glad we have that. And there you go. You can already see a difference.
Fresh blood at last.
Alright. Now, this doesn't work on Final Fantasy or, like, old school Dungeons and Dragons rules. It's not positive energy. It's just, you know, like, oh, your wounds, they are mended. So we have not seen an orc champion yet. Orcs, of course, they're pretty solid. 55 damage, right? Initiative 40. They're a little slow, but they hit a little harder and are a little tougher than other units of the same type. So they're sword fodder, right? The small mouth orcs. The big mouth orcs can aspire to become orc champions, feared and honored leaders of the nomadic tribes. So they have 20 more hit points, but they deal 80 damage. 80 damage. Oof. Dang. That's exactly what I was hoping would not happen, because our Wraith also goes on initiative 40, and so do all of them. And I was hoping against hope, because there's 3 of them, so that initiative roll had to happen like 4 times, that he would go before at least one of them, and would take this dude out. So I figured we'd take 1 hit, but I was hoping we wouldn't take the big hit. But that's alright. We will live, ironically, since we're the undead. All of that for 49 experience. Goodness gracious. Almost makes you feel like it's not worth it. And it may not be. Let's see here. Centaur. I'm gonna go ahead and heal these guys, because I do want to keep it moving. And let's try and take these centaurs out, and then we can duck right back in. They're going to get a shot on someone in the back row, of course. It's probably going to be the warlock, because he's got fewer hit points. Yeah. But that's okay, because then we can paralyze him, and he won't get a second shot. Arty will live. The centaurs will die. All will be well, and as it should be, in the land of Nevendar. Of course you missed. You better hit. There we go. Because if he had missed, this guy was going to go and shoot and kill our warlock. Alright. That dude's had it coming for a while. So there we go. We'll let them heal a little bit, and then that puts them closer. A little bit closer. Creeping, creeping, ever closer. Once they are healed, I think what I'm probably going to do is go back and try to take this town. Just so that they don't have it. And what that might do is split their forces, because if they don't control this town, they will send people over to get it. They will waste money on champions, and they will waste magic on Arty trying to recapture that town. And then once he's taken it, we can come back down here, rest a little bit, and we'll get this lost temple for him. Okay. Let's see what happens. He's going to summon a Valkyrie. Oh my god, and attack the thief? Okay. If you want to do that. I think that's a great use of your magic. And I will absolutely hit you twice for 60 damage. We will lose the thief, but that's okay. And if the Valkyrie moves south a little bit... Oh, they moved north. Okay, well... Dang it. See, we couldn't shadow that time. I wondered about that, and I almost thought of... Oh, shoot. That's not good. See, they haven't cast any big spells for a couple of turns, so they saved up. Oh, Jesus, this is untenable. See, this is what I was worried about. Oh, God. Yeah, big ow. That was 220 damage. So all that lived was our Dark Lords. They even got the count. So I have to do something about that. Now the question is what? What will we do? We have a couple of options. I cannot shadow because we simply don't have enough mana and no way to get it. What I can do is a chant of hasting. I could send him back where there is shadow. Where was the last place? I wish I could see what the fog of war was for the enemy. I really do. I know he was over here on the water when we did it. Did we shadow over here after he landed? Because see, that's what I was thinking, then I was like gonna move him back up here. So was there shadow up here? I think there was. Okay, let me do this, because the autosave will save it after I cast the spell, if I'm wrong. But with 100% of his movement points back, rather than just half of them, he can move a long way. Certainly he can move up here. Huh. Ooh, he could almost move back to the town. That might be better. There's so many choices. So many choices. I don't want to retreat that far, but he does need to heal. I'm going to come back over this way because I think it's the safest thing to do. And then let's see what happens. Okay, that was a lot different. Alright, well, first things first. Let's move Aurangzeb over there. His Darksoul is still holding it down. Arty, we're going to let him have another turn. We didn't get zapped that time, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. Then let's go down here while we still have a thief. Try to steal those spells. Okay, chance of success 60%. When you do this, you get to pick what your target item is, or spell in this case. Success. We stole holy armor. Excellent. Now she might get got if they come down here, because she's standing out from under the shadow and everything else. I could shadow over her, but I don't want to do that for a thief. So what I think I might actually do, in case she is about to die, I'm going to spend 200 of our life mana that we've saved up. I'm going to haste the thief. I'm going to have her steal again. And yes, before you ask, I am totally going to load it if she fails. But she didn't. There we go. Okay, so now we have both of those spells. And I think that 200 life mana is a great investment for that, considering that we paid 1,000 gold for the other 2 spells. Getting those 2 for 200 mana,
Night Prince.
absolutely a bargain. Okay, she is almost ready to head back out. And then probably we'll send her back out here, maybe, to poison this town before Arty attacks it. You will also notice, before I loaded it, Horus here had discovered the spy in his ranks and executed them, which meant that we lost the ability to right-click and see what's in his parties. That didn't happen at the beginning of this turn, and that's because that is a different seed loading every time that you load it. That's rolled randomly at the beginning of each turn. So theoretically, if you really needed that spy to be in there, you could load the autosave and let the turn roll over and over and over again until they didn't execute your spy. And you could keep them that way, like, infinitely, basically. Okay. How much will it cost to heal you? 312. That's an awful lot, but he's got a full turn's worth of movement, and I can shadow after I move him. But you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do that. I want to save up for Nightfall, and next turn, we will be able to research it. So I'm going to save and let him regenerate a little bit inside the town. I'll let them waste a Valkyrie over here on our thief. That's totally fine. And that tells us, too, like they for sure can see right around that area. Now, when we have enough mana to do so, something that we can do that we can add to our strategy is we can shadow, or we can nightfall, ahead of wherever our characters are going. So, like, we can prep, we can think ahead, and we can add Fog of War back to a place that we're heading towards. Kind of like in preparation for getting there. Okay, we've got a ranger now. Okay, the key is remembering that some of these parties are nobodies. Like this Valkyrie, for example, we could go out and get her. And it would be decent experience points, like 100 and something. Is that worth it? As much as I would love to say yes, for the price that we would pay in, like, the damage that we would take, maybe it is? Maybe. We'll think about it and come back to that, because I do want all the experience we can get, and she is worth a lot. But, like, this party, this is just a Proud Dwarf and a Warrior. It's going to take him, like, 4 turns to make landfall over here, right? And then when he does, Aurangzeb's going to be waiting, so he cannot break our rod. There we go. This fella. Okay, that's an engineer with a giant. That might be a little bit more challenging, but if he comes down this way, Ms. Darksoul is waiting for him. We might go up there and get him, maybe. But I hesitate to move her out of the town while there are 2 scouting leaders close by each other, because this fella also has a lot of movement points, even though he doesn't do great over water. And if he angles down, he could double team her.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave her in the town and see what they do. Arthas here. I think it's time to make a move with him. I think that needs to happen. And I think it's going to be a double move. I think we need to use Chant of Hasting. And we're going to go ahead and take that town this turn. We got to do it in one go, because since that Archmage came down this way, he's vulnerable, and if we don't get into the town, they're going to Vengeance of Ymir on him, and everyone will die but that Templar. So let's make this happen. It's one of the few weaknesses of the Undead Hordes. I would consider it to be their main weakness. Is not like the lack of healing, because that is just something that only the Empire and the clans can do, and that's like a feature, you know? Let's see, ooh. Warlock's probably gonna die. Oh, well, now he's definitely gonna die. Okay. Dang. But no, it's the, it's the fact that most of their spells that, like, don't deal damage are debuffs. And so that makes them not great at attacking fortified positions and groups. Big oof, but at least it's only going to cost 200 gold to revive him, so... That could have gone better, but it also could have gone worse. I'm going to call that a win. And we're just going to go from there and hope that they don't summon a Valkyrie. If they do, we'll deal with it then, because I can always load the autosave and prep for that. But, yeah, see, like, the clans, they have all these buffs. The legions have all of these summons. The Empire has all of these buffs. So when they go to attack a town, they can put plus spells on their party before going in. But the Undead Hordes, who have only minus spells, debuffs, you can't cast those on a fortified enemy in a town before you attack them. So they are the worst at siege. They are the worst at sieging. Let's head over this way. At least one of the benefits to pushing our line forward is that we don't have to protect towns like this one at all. Because a summon can't take a town, so... Okay. I'm thinking really hard about going out there and getting that Valkyrie. What do y'all think? Should I? Because that's going to be 100 and some experience points if we take her down. And he does need all the XP he can get. That said, she's going to get at least one attack before she's paralyzed, so she is going to take most of the hit points of these three characters. These two will be okay. I don't even have to heal this guy first because he's got Water Ward. And then she'll be paralyzed and she'll go down, and then we can shadow. The only problem is this guy might come right over here and follow up. See? And that won't clear the shadow for the clans, but it will clear the shadow for the Empire. And I don't know if the AI is going to be smart enough to come over here, stop, hit us with chain lightning, and then attack us. Probably not. Okay, well, if that's what y'all want, let's do it. Let's see how much we get. Because I can also retreat if I have to. I cannot use Chant of Hasting again because we are 25 runestone mana short. But I can use regular haste because we have enough life mana for that. Let's see how much XP we get and see if it's worth it. Oh, it's only 60. Because, of course, the algorithm is still counting these. That's still more than he's been getting from most fights. Is that worth it for that big hit? I think probably. Probably. But we need to send him back. Or we need to send him forward. I guess we can leave him right there, but then this fool's gonna come straight over. It'll have to be a regular shadow. Because we don't have enough runestone mana for a nightfall. Is that everybody? Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. Maybe nothing. Oh no, a thief! More proud dwarves, maybe. Okay, he's heading Miss Dark Soul's way. Good. That's where I want him to go. Yes, waste your mana. Waste it on neutral creatures. Oh, good, his ally got right in his way and he had to circle around. That's good. Okay, they didn't hit us with anything. That's not too bad. Still solidly control 43% of the map. And that's going to go up a little bit, of course, as this rod continues to spread out. And now that we have this town, this is going to go up. So we're probably going to land at about 45%. Alright, our spies are still active. Let's take advantage of that. He's got a mage. What's this dude? That is just a thief, right? Okay, now what's this dude? Okay, that's a lore master. So that's actually a threat. Not a huge threat, but a threat.
I hunger for blood.
In a way, even though, like, the Wraith has not been doing great, the Wraith has almost turned out to be, like, almost kind of a liability, actually. I'd almost rather have 3 Dark Lords in the front row. But the Dark Lords have been a pretty solid choice, and I'm glad that y'all made it, that you decided you wanted to see them, because we are dealing with a lot of magic. They're hitting us with a lot of water and air and earth magic, both in battle and out on the world map. And so those elemental wards have been a huge blessing, because if we had put werewolves in the front row, they would be dead. Over and over and over again, they would be dead. Okay, what's our mana situation? We cannot shadow again, but we can haste. So I could hit this guy and then run back to the house, which is probably what we need to do. I'm going to hit him with our new Legion's spell, Ignis Karn. Noom. It kind of looks almost like the reverse of the fireball spell from Chrono Cross, where like it populates and then shoots out 2 or 3, you know, smaller fireballs and then hits you with the big one. And that one is smaller fireballs joining together and then walloping you.
Fresh blood at last.
Okay, let's go in here and get this guy. Count Choco should take all the important people out except for this dude. Who's he gonna hit? Really? He took that 40 damage and he could potentially have killed one of our specters, and he hit Count Choco. Okay. I mean, I like when the AI plays dumb. That's not a complaint. Okay, good. We still got 19 experience or movement points left. So we can head back over here. And
Yes.
much as I hate to, we'll haste and hopefully get the rest of the way with 31 points. Yeah. See, because combat always takes half of your maximum points, that's kind of rough. That's rough. But having more movement points with things like pathfinding, that means that spells like haste and chant of hasting get increasingly more powerful for that champion as time goes on, because like back at the beginning of the game, haste would only have given him what, 17 movement points. Now it gives him 31. It gives him almost twice as much, and that's really great. Okay, now we have a lot of infernal mana. I think what I'm going to do with some of it is I'm going to bully the clans, because I want them to either waste their mana on healing spells, or I want them to waste movement points having parties like this one, like, run back and forth because they've taken damage. And so, like, have them advance out where we can see them, we hit them with a couple of spells, and then they run away again to go heal.
I hunger for blood.
I'm not going to hit this guy. I want him to keep going because I want to take him down.
Yes.
You wait there. You wait there because I'm waiting on that engineer to show up.
My
You're fine where you are. You need to move. Okay.
Darkness confined.
I think that'll just about do us. Ooh, okay. He is thinking of attacking this town then, because he could have cast that over there where Count Choco's at, but instead he decided to cast it at Ms. Darksoul. So that engineer is probably coming down this way, following the path of the Archangel before it. That's okay. She's going to get paralyzed, so she's only going to get one hit. And it's going to be a good one. She's going to hit everybody for like half their health, as you see. But then it's over for her. There we go. Take her down, folks. Boom. How about a little fire? Ms. Darksoul says, "You may command the powers of the storm, but I control all the flames of hell. Suffer." There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. I want to deplete his runestone mana by having him do, like, healing spells and things, because every healing spell that he casts, that's a Vengeance of Ymir that he has to wait that much longer to cast instead. That is a Valkyrie that he cannot summon. So, let's hit him again. I will absolutely just pelt this guy over and over again until you run out of runestone mana. Horus, my friend. Now, what's this fella doing? He's got a rock giant, a warrior. He's probably second level also, I'm guessing, since both of these have leveled up. That's going to be a decent fight, because the rock giant can actually hurt our werewolves. But it's not going to be that bad because she has two specters to help her. So the warrior is a non-entity. I'm going to go ahead and... See, this is one of the benefits of having a spy in the enemy army. You can see their formation before they attack you, so you can adjust yours, which is the same thing as fighting a fight like I've been doing and then not doing very well and loading it and changing my formation and trying it again and doing better, except that it's like... It's legal in-game cheating instead of save scumming. So everyone here needs to be healed. Well, no. Really, she just needs to be healed. I think. Because the rock giant shouldn't be able to kill either of them in one shot. Not with 10 armor and 80 hit points. And the engineer won't be able to kill any of them with one shot either. So let's have Ms. Darksoul get in on this action. We shouldn't even need a spell. Oh, he's only first level. I'm surprised. Huh. Here we go. Now what this also means... The reason I move the werewolf is so that they can whittle down the giant quicker. Because this guy can do nothing to our front row. There you go, see? That guy can. Oh, God. Oh, they do deal 90 damage. Well, I didn't think they dealt quite that much damage. I thought it was a little bit less. I thought it was about 80. Well, I mean, that's a legal move, so to speak. That's all that you'll get. My hope was that they would get one hit, and then the specters would have to paralyze these two guys in the back, you know, taking turns to make sure that they didn't kill anybody else. Because we can just ignore this fool. But see, this sucks more now, because now we only have 2 people dealing damage, one of which is Ms. Darksoul. So if either of our specters misses a paralysis, it will be double plus ungood. But we're good. Okay, those 2 are taken out. So now it's just this guy's gonna die in like 2 turns if everyone hits the way they're supposed to. And then we'll go back to the house. And that's fine. See, I'll take that, because this werewolf being dead means that she's just gonna get more experience. Well, she is almost level 4. Look at that. A couple more of those battles. Absolutely. Now the problem is that took all of her movement points. Huh. I can't haste her. Do we still have that scroll of haste? We do. I might use this. Now that we have Chant of Hasting, it is less of a resource, even though it's still good. But, like, I don't want her to get hit by a Vengeance of Ymir or something. But I also am trying to save our death mana. I'm gonna do it. Because I don't want to have to shadow. But I want to get back into the town this turn. Because that way, we can resurrect that werewolf, and he can go ahead and be healing. Everyone can. See, it costs 500 gold to resurrect a werewolf. My god.
Leave that to me.
My prince.
Okay. What's our situation over here? That's still a proud dwarf. That's a thief. He should probably make landfall this turn, and then Aurangzeb can get him. So I'm going to leave our thief here.
Darkness will fall.
Count Choco needs to continue to heal. I'm going to let them... come over. A little bit. Ooh. Ooh, that's no good. Well, or maybe it is, actually, because she'll get one hit, and then if our Banshee can keep her paralyzed... That's the only hit. Ooh, and she missed Aurangzeb. I actually... Ooh, dang it. I actually wish that she had missed the werewolf instead. Almost. Would have been better. Because Aurangzeb has more hit points. Ooh, see, and now that's it. Just have to load that autosave. Her problem is she's like a regular ghost. Where she only has a 65% chance to hit. So she misses a lot. I should have just surrendered. That would have been faster. Instead of retreating. See, she can take so much more punishment than the werewolf. Oh, he lost a thief. We'll see if that stays the same when I load it. Another party. Oh, he didn't heal that time. Okay, good. So we do know where the Proud Dwarf's going to wind up. Because he'll make the same move. Probably. Let's try that fight again. Because if Aurangzeb and the werewolf just don't miss the way that they did, it'll be fine. They can take one hit, but that's all they can take. That is the problem. Man, I wish that werewolf could level up. You can level them up, but of course y'all have seen that, you know, like max HP thing, or max XP hit. And... oh my god. Girl, you have to hit. You must hit. That's a very winnable battle if they just won't miss like losers. And so I'm loading it not just for the sake of loading it, but because I'm trying desperately to preserve our death mana for better uses, so that I'm not spending it on a nightfall or something. We have options. I'm just stubborn, and as I said in the last stream, a sore loser. And our AI players here are finding that out.
Who dares?
Okay, come on, one more try. I'm gonna cast Valkyrie every time, huh? That's fine. I want you to. They're worth a lot of XP. We just have to kill them. Well, I'll be damned, the werewolf went first that time. Wild. Now paralyze her. Oh my god. You have been doing so well to the point that I got upset when you died. When they mirrored you right off the map. And I loaded it to save your worthless life. And now all you are doing is making me regret my decision, because for the same amount of trouble that you are causing me now, I could just buy another Banshee without even having a bodyguard and just send them out to do your job. That is so lame. Oh, you cast healing that time. Come on now. Aurangzeb, I believe in you.
Darkness will fall.
I believe in you. Send Aurangzeb all of your energy. Pray to RN Jesus. Positive vibes only. Okay, come on. This is it. This is the one. This is the one. Okay, there we go. There's one. She's just got to do that a few more times. Come on. See, it's working. Come on. That's not good, because every time he misses, it requires another hit from her. Now, your accuracy is better than hers. You've got to hit. You have to. Come on. Come on, don't miss. This is it. Yes! Thank you, chat. See, it worked. See, I depend on y'all. You help me out. There we go, and he lost another thief. That's good. Okay, now burn a healing spell on that stupid lore master. No, come on, heal him. Heal, heal. Oh, okay, well, I was hoping. Okay, we lost our spy. Oh, that's fine. Because he doesn't have any parties out on the map where we can see right now anyway. And what's this? Okay, a King's Guard. And a Rock Giant. The Rock Giant really is the problem. I'm going to let that thief come a little closer, and then we'll take care of him. Okay. This guy has nothing that can hurt us. So, first things first, I'm going to save it because we managed to get through that fight. And I want to keep that seed. And she, look at that, is 99 XP away from a level. Okay. We're going to take you out first. You've got to go. I love to see that pop up there. Immune. Yes, waste your breath. This is just target practice for Aurangzeb because, like, she's kind of useless in this battle too. I guess it just keeps us from seeing an attack animation. Speedrun strats. We still have to watch her attack animation. Why is she blue? I don't know. I've always wondered that. This is such a fun game, even when sometimes you get backed into a corner, and just as with any strategy game or any RPG, you know, if you do get into that corner, it can become a little frustrating for moments here and there. But any game can, so that's not the fault of Disciples. It's a good game, you know. But I just, like, I can't wait. I'm having so much fun with this. This has been such a good Let's Play experience for me, sharing this with you, that I really hope that y'all want to see Disciples 2. Maybe not immediately after, but at some point in the future. I don't know if I'll play Disciples 3 ever, because first of all, it's not old enough. It'll be a few more years. But also, it's just not a great game. I don't know. But I may be willing to give it another chance when the time comes, if y'all think that we should.
Yes.
Okay. You stay where you are. Arthas is almost healed. Things have been quiet here, so what I'm gonna do, rather than waste another turn, I'm going to heal that Warlock. And then I don't know what all they have explored out this way. We uncovered some of this with Count Choco, and there really wasn't a whole lot out here that was super interesting. But I mean, if he's one trip away from home and they want to do something like hit him with a Vengeance of Ymir, I would hate to have to resurrect everybody, but that's better than them hitting Count Choco.
My prince.
So to me, it's still worth it to send him out there. Okay, now. I'm going to go ahead and hit this guy with a spell as well. Might as well get our 2 uses per turn out of it. Because I don't want to burn through all of our infernal mana. Haha, no pun intended. But I want to try and force the AI to spend as much runestone mana as possible. I'm thinking of buying another Banshee. Maybe, just to go out and do stuff. Like, because we need to... Let's see. What should we do? We need to research Nightfall, I think. It's time. And then, let's go ahead and cast it. That will hopefully protect her from Valkyries and stuff. That will take all of her movement. I was thinking of going down there and like buying her a healing potion, but let's see what they choose to do. Man, what I wouldn't give for Summon Cerberus. That would be so good right now if we could find that spell in a shop. Oh, they're really going for it. The Proud Dwarf, okay. Okay, so I'm betting their castle's over there to the west, in the far left corner. Oh, dang, we lost our other spy. Well, then I guess we'll just have to do this.
As you request.
Thank you for bringing him to us.
Who dares?
Let's take out this thief before he can do anything useful. Clan's thieves, they deal more damage, and they have significantly more hit points than other thieves, but they are a little bit slower. I like that even the expendable thieves are a bit different. I also like that that means that we can kill them without taking a hit. Put him there. Let's do another Ignis Karn. That'll almost kill his Tenderfoot. They are not a fight that I want to get into with our Banshee, because both of these two characters deal earth damage. When you combine that with the Tenderfoot boosting that damage, our werewolf is really not going to have much of a chance, unless we go in with one of them already dead. And then we're relying entirely on Aurangzeb to paralyze the other one while the werewolf chips away at them. Which, that's not odds that I want to play. So we're going to have her come down this way. We're going to play a little game of chase. Let's send Arthas back that way, because that's partially his job. I want him to uncover this section of the map over here and maybe take a town or two, but Count Choco needs to be free to move, which means Arthas is going to have to start doing some heavier lifting. There we go. Yes. Yes. Burn. Burn that runestone mana. Burn right through it. Okay. They might have a town up there. That could be just a random Proud Dwarf that was up there marking something, but they also could have a town. Let's see what our situation is. Alright, Arthas. I think we may haste Arthas so that he can get in and get out. So here is where the tactical element comes in. Okay, first thing first, I am going to hit them with Ignis Karn. Then what I'm going to do is, see, he's got 20 movement points. He should have enough, like 10 should be enough to get over there and fight. So if I use Chant of Hasting, I'm going to spend 20 movement points in order to engage this battle. Whereas, where's Ms. Darksoul? There we go. If I haste him, then he should have enough movement to get down there and get into the battle. Does he not? Oof. Drat it. See, I was hoping that what would happen is we could use half of it to get in there, and then the movement points he would lose otherwise to get into the fight wouldn't make a big difference. because whatever, right? Like, he would be at 0 after fighting the battle anyway. Then we could use Chant of Hasting and he could run away. So, but it looks like we are going to have to use Chant of Hasting to get him into the fight. So, let's go ahead and do that then, as much as I hate to. At least it's fairly inexpensive. Like, I wish we had more runestone mana.
Leave that to me.
We need to get some. We're just having trouble making that push. And I hate that, like, it takes so long, seemingly, to take out some of it. Really? A whiff? Are you serious? 2 whiffs? And then he missed the guy in the back, the only person whose job it is for him to hit. Okay, well, at least the giant missed too, I guess. Jesus, what a mess. This fight is a shit show. But at least it's on both sides. At least it's on both sides. Come on, now hit. There we go. But, it's got to be wearing down his finances. It has to be hiring so many heroes. It's just taking us a long time to chew through said heroes. And that means that, you know, he's got time to save up money and buy more heroes for the next wave behind these guys. I could buy more heroes myself, but then we would be in largely the same situation that the AI players are in, which is constantly spending... Oh, God. Okay, I wondered about that. We'll probably have to shadow him. So I don't want anybody to have to eat one of those if we don't have to. I don't know, man. Right now we have more gold than mana. If he could get back to the town. But he can't get there in one turn, of course. Oh, dang it. Do I eat that? Because that killed everybody. No. I'm gonna shadow. Because if I don't, then what will happen is we'll have to haste in order to get him safely home anyway. So that he can actually resurrect everybody that dies from the vengeance of Ymir. See, look at that. He's just got so many heroes. How much gold are they making per turn? Because, like, their champions cost the same as ours. Which is what I was saying, that I don't want to get in the same situation of burning all of our gold to buy a lot of little nothing heroes that then just go out and die and turn into fodder for the enemy and don't do anything but level up their champions. Like, that's not useful.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll take care of him in a minute. That's nobody. See, and once again, like, it's just cheaper to cast a Chant of Hasting so that he can get back to the town. So we need that death mana. We need more of that. We need more runestone mana so that we can cast that spell more often. And so that we can bank mana to save up on the turns when we're not doing that. Okay, Count Choco should be fully healed. So where are you going? You're going nowhere because we can't shadow if you leave town. Man alive. Okay, let's pelt this guy, see if we can change their strategy a little bit. We might at least be able to force them to use a healing spell. I'm just going to hit him with 2. That'll be 60 damage, which is not insignificant. There we go. That's probably not going to convince him to turn around and go back the way he came, but it might convince him to use a healing spell. And then what I'm going to do is, if this guy's not going to turn this way, if he's going to go over, like, down through here, he's just going to come up on our capital anyway, or if he tries to take this other town, he's got to go all the way through our territory, and Arthas can go down and catch him. If he turns up this way, he's just going straight for Arthas, and I'm going to let Arthas take him out. This Proud Dwarf is probably actually more of a problem, because he's going to head straight south and try to break this rod, and we will actively have to do something about that. This guy. Okay, let me get a thief. I'm going to go around in a bit of a circle, because I want to make sure that she has room to step back out and fight this guy. Okay, infiltrate spy. There we go, so now we've got that back. 2 marksmen and a knight. Ooh. 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 Those 2 marksmen could be a problem. The knight is not a problem, but the 2 marksmen could be. 80 hit points. She does have 10 armor. It's going to be a close thing, though. Okay. I'm going to try it without spells, because if we can get through this fight, I think she's going to level up. I really do, because there's so many... Oh. That's your little sound notification for, like, we can't get to that location. But we actually can. There we go. But where all of these units are 2nd level, I think that might level her up. Okay, good. That 10 armor did its job. Because, see, they deal 40 damage a pop, and she has 80 hit points, and there's 2 of them. I'll let you do the math. But thanks to that 10% reduction... Okay. So here's what has to happen now. She needs to hit them, and they need to stay paralyzed. She can take them out in a couple of turns if the specters put them down, but if they miss even once, then we have a problem. Because then Ms. Darksoul's going to take another hit. Okay, one more round. Let's do this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. That's not good. Miss, 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 miss. Shit. Ms. Darksoul goes down for a dirt nap. Okay. No, indeed. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating, but I like the way that it builds tension when you have a party like this that absolutely can win this fight, but they are still dependent on certain tactics going off properly, right? Like in this case, we are totally dependent on the specters. They have got to do their jobs. They have got to hit. So we know that this party can take out this enemy party. But if those specters miss, the whole game changes, because then suddenly it becomes, oh god, the marksmen have to miss too. And they're a lot less likely to do that. And so, oh, see? Did it again. Oh god, but he missed this time, see? And so that's what I love. That's one of the things that I love about this game, because yes, it's irritating to miss. Yes, it's irritating to lose units in fights you don't want to lose. But the way that you can have a superior force, or a technically superior force, and still be dependent on little things like that, like, oh god, you've got to paralyze him, oh god, he's got to miss, you know, and then it's such a rush when something happens, like when the marksman does miss. It feels so good. And well, I thought that would be worth way more XP, but okay, I guess. And since we bought this thief, we can send them. She's expendable, so cool older sister will go up this way and maybe uncover some more of this territory. I guess that's it for this turn. I've been laying pretty hard on the Infernal Mana. I'm going to have to give it a break. Wow. Okay. Really, that and not Vengeance of Emir? I'm surprised. Okay, that's an engineer. He did cast healing. Alright. That's probably why he went with Tempest, actually, is so that he could heal.
Come to me.
He's going back the other way, huh? Alright, well, let's have you head up here and scout a bit.
Who dares?
If nothing else, maybe she'll draw some fire. Yeah, basically. Okay, Count Choco's doing okay. I'm at the very least going to have him step out so that she can go in and heal. Now, let's see.
Leave that to me.
Arthas needs to come take this guy out. He is 1 movement point shy. Can you believe it? I mean, I can. He needs pathfinding too. Maybe that's what we should take at the next level. Well, no, because if he levels up, it'll be level 3. I'll feel compelled to take leadership. Ugh. Because he probably needs another Spectre back there to really be effective. But we'll think about that when we get there. He's got almost 500 points before that happens. I think what I may do is I will risk sending him out part of the way and see what happens. Because if I come out here and use a haste spell to attack this guy, it will consume all of his movement points. The haste spell will be almost, like, literally all it will allow us to do is get into the fight. It won't allow us to do anything else. And then I'll have to haste him again, and that won't get him back because he's already with full movement is 1 point shy of being able to make it, so he won't be able to get home, which means he would wind up about right here anyway. So what I might do is have him wait right there and then catch this guy on the next turn, and then we can haste him to get home.
Yes, master.
Here. You go out and draw some fire.
My prince.
Who dares?
You're done for the turn. I think you're done too. I could heal her, but if they don't summon a Valkyrie or something, there's not really any reason for it. So, okay. Let's try this.
Yes.
And at the same time, Count Choco has full health. He should do something. He could go up and get this guy. Maybe that's what I should do. I worry that if I do, though, because I can't shadow, that he'll get vengeanced. He'll be revengeanced.
I hunger for blood.
So we can totally take that guy out, but... I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and let's see what happens. Oh, damn me. I should have moved this guy down. It's gonna be our downfall. I already went off half-cocked and didn't even realize it. Because he's gonna, if he hits that Wraith. Yup. So I'm just gonna... After these messages, he'll be right back. There we go. There. So if we do that, that ensures that the giant can only hit people who have Earth Ward. And that one warrior down at the bottom might, you know, try to hit that dude. Probably not. They'll probably all gang up on the center Dark Lord, but that's fine because then the giant, either way, still cannot kill our Wraith in one shot. And there we go. That'll take him out, so see now they don't get to double up. Excellent. Paralyze. Paralyze again. And that's that, folks. Hit this guy again. Wraith will take him out. One left, then we have 2 chances to paralyze. Okay, well. 1 chance to paralyze. That's fine, because all of our warriors move faster than him anyway. And so does Count Choco, who will destroy him. Take that. Another cool 65 XP. So, hey, that's cool. He's almost... He's getting there. He's getting there. Man, we are deep into this. We're almost at 100 turns. Which I think is the longest that we've gone on any map so far. But I mean, this is a rough one. This is the first time when they, in this campaign, throw 2 AI players at you at once. And it changes it. It's a big deal. Okay. That was not too bad. That's doable. Because we can get him home. Now, who's this loser? That's the engineer. Okay, this is a perfect setup. So here's what I'm going to do. Thief is going to go this way. She's going to go up and scout. Then I'm going to save it to be safe. We're going to go get this guy. Oop. I did a dumb putting him back in the middle. But that's okay. They'll probably still take him out. Ooh, not like that they won't. Not like that they won't. Okay, we can do better than that. Come on. We can do better than that. Okay, now that guy, he took out our Wraith as well. We don't have any of those. See, my kingdom for one of those little healing potions that heals 50 points. We don't have enough for a healing spell, unfortunately. We do. Oh, hey, but you know what we do have? Oh, no, because it takes Rootstone mana. I thought that was a 2nd level spell. I was wrong. I'm a dummy. What can we do here? And I really don't want to spend all of our death mana. We don't have enough to do anything else that I want to do, like Terror, because we need Runestone. Oh, no, wait. That's Infernal mana. There we go. That might help, because they're already slow.
Fresh blood at last.
Oh, dang it, I forgot to... Damn it. You know what? I got so caught up in looking for that spell. God dang it.
Who dares?
Okay. There. Now let's try it, because the giant cannot hit the Wraith anymore.
Fresh blood at last.
Now we don't have enough to shadow, but that's okay. That's alright. Okay, he's gonna deal 50 damage. But initiative 40. Miss. Shit. Okay. That's alright. I'm just gonna take it. I did everything else right, so I'm just gonna take it. Because he needs to heal anyway. And then here is why it's okay that we can't shadow. Because we have enough for a chant of hasting. And then he can come right back over here and he can get into the town.
Darkness will fall.
And this town, I think, has earned an upgrade. We can afford it, and that will cause us to heal a little bit faster. You know what? For the time being, because I keep forgetting about it, I'm just going to leave our Wraith down here because they keep putting giants up at the top of their formations, and this way they have to contend with those Dark Lords. So, that's just where the Wraith should be anyway. Okay, you're good. You need to come get this guy. But he can now do that.
Death to the living.
Attack this middle guy first so that they can gang up on him. Take him out. Yes, good. So we get one hit on our Templar and then paralyzed. Arty gets some XP, and we don't have to worry about this dude coming down there and breaking our rod. Because that Runestone mana, as you can see, is critical. They really do not want us to have it. And the less they want us to have it, the more we need it. Okay, that is a whirlpool. I'm actually going to send her that way, though. Ooh. Wow, that's a fire elemental. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Maybe? Did we find one of those in the last map? I don't think we did. Anyway, I wonder what all's back there. That's the edge of the map, so that's probably it. Whatever's in there is a good item, though.
Who dares?
Okay, that's going to be it for this turn. Let's see what they do. And that's also, I think, going to be it for this stream. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, this time I'm going to let it stand. Everybody's wounded, but he can go back to town. He can heal. We've got enough money to resurrect people. I'm going to spend money instead of mana. Because we can't shadow anyway. So there's only so much we can do. I'm going to let that stand, and I'm going to call an end to this for now. We should have resurrected him last turn. We have done much better this time than we did last time. I would say that Count Choco has really bounced back. And I want to thank y'all for your positive energy helping me out here in this stream. Could not have done it without you. Really could not have. And so, thank you for joining me. Thank you for the hand. And thank you for all the follows in between. That really means a lot to Pixel and me. And if you aren't already following here on Twitch, then please consider it. Follow and subscribe for more retro gaming content like this, if you're having a good enough time to stick around. And if you've missed anything, then you'll be able to find all the stuff that we've done over on YouTube. I've got everything organized into playlists. You can follow on Twitter, Facebook, and Pillow Fort as well for more updates and to participate in polls for games, what we're going to play next, what we're doing with things like Chrono Cross on Mondays or Betrayal in Antara on Saturdays. And I will be back with more Disciples' Sacred Lands and the Undead Hordes of Mortis next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S. We'll see what happens then. Our enemies continue to gather, but we are growing more powerful, and most importantly, we are holding what we have. I think we got this. I think we've got this. We'll see next time, and until then, as always...
Come to me.
No, no, no. Thanks for playing. She said the wrong line. We rehearsed this.